Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall Season of the Wish intel. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through this week's Nightfall and GM Nightfall, which once again is the Birthplace of the Vial. One of the more interesting strikes in the current Nightfall rotation, and there are plenty of glitches and cheeses that you're going to want to know, especially one major one for the boss, which I think will come in very handy for both solo players and groups. If you are able to complete this strike this week, you will earn yourself the Loaded Question Fusion Rifle, and of course, if you can complete it at the GM difficulty and guarantee yourself a platinum score, you will earn yourself the Adept version of the Loaded Question, and there are some amazing rolls that you're definitely going to want to farm out. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 Lightfall content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series X or a video card of equivalent value if you play on PC. And of course, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that next giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack on all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So to start off, as you load into the strike, you will be met with a champion. You can skip this champion as you're still able to achieve a platinum score by missing one champion, though you might want to take them out because you never know if later on there might be a more advantageous spot where you want to skip a champion and still guarantee your platinum score. So I leave it up to you whether or not you want to just run past that first champion or take them out, as it will be fairly easy to defeat that champion and it won't slow you up that much. I usually prefer take them out so that maybe later, if I happen to miss one or if I get myself in a particularly sticky situation, that I can actually just move on without having to worry about ruining my platinum score. For the first major set of ads and mini boss, just use your supers. If you're a hunter, which is going to be the go-to solo class for this as well as really any strike, this is where you're going to want to use a tether. You will get your supers back by the time you face your next major wave of ads, which is going to be at this area by the stairs. Now, there's two ways that you can actually do this section. One, if you're on a hunter and you have invis, you can continually just go invis on the plate, and you won't really even need to take out any of the ads in this area. However, if you get caught, or if you're not on a hunter, or if you're doing this in a group, I would suggest staying back by the stairs and taking out all the ads before you actually get on the plate. You will need to step on the plate in order to trigger the ads to spawn, but then you can actually get off the plate and just retreat back to the stairs and take out the rest of the ads before you complete the plate. If you're doing this in a group and you have a hunter on your team, you can kind of do a combination of both, where you'll have a bunch of players by the stairs giving cover to the hunter that will be on the plate and continually refreshing their invis to make the whole area go a lot quicker. And when I mean quicker, this is the difference between maybe a couple of minutes and maybe 10 minutes, as there are a ton of ads in that section. The next area, which I think is going to give people a lot more trouble than it's worth, is when you have to cross this bridge and go through this particular hallway. There's going to be a lot of ads in this area. There's going to be a bunch of champions, and the doorway makes it very difficult to take them all out, as you're very bottlenecked and you're really just standing on a precarious ledge. Jump around to the right side onto this ledge. This makes this whole area so much easier. The ads aren't expecting you there, so you kind of get the jump on them, but you also have a lot more room to maneuver. You have two doors that you can shoot through versus one, and just the whole room is sort of spread out in a different angle, so you get a lot better vantage point on all the enemies that you're going to be shooting inside. You can lay a well down. It's just way better than staying on the stairs and trying to do it from the point where you would think you have to assault this room. So just stay on the right side by the ledge. It's a fairly easy jump, and it can be done on all classes. For the next area, we're going to do the plates very similar to the previous ones. If you have a hunter with invis, this is going to be their time to shine. For the rest of us, we're going to be standing behind those statues on the backside of where the plates are actually spawning. So again, have one player get on the plates, and the rest of you just hide back behind these altars or statues directly behind the plates in order to take out the rest of the ads. And hopefully you'll be able to get through these sections fairly quickly. This is probably the best spot to stand for this plate. The opposite side actually has an easier spot where you can actually just stay up on this ledge to the left of the plate and have your hunter do most of the work. This is also going to be the spot where you're going to retreat to if you're not playing with a hunter. You can start the plate, jump back up onto this ledge, and the only thing you really have to worry about is a couple of the screebs will make their way up here, so you want to make sure that you're checking your 6 often enough, but other than that, the rest of the ads will stay down in the bottom by the plate. For the next bridge area, which I think is going to be a problematic area if you don't handle it correctly, as there's areas that are very actually easy to complete, but if you don't do them right, you can get really caught up in the melee of the tons of ads that are going to be bottlenecked coming up this whole bridge. Just stay in the back and you should be fine. Take out the mini boss. It's the best way to do it. And now on to the actual boss room and the boss glitch. Now this is most easily done on a warlock, and you can do this between all phases of the boss encounter. Know that you will get teleported regardless if you're in the glitch spot or not. But essentially, you can jump back over the actual counter, or what you would call it, the totem in the back, the big statue at the top of the room as you enter, and get behind an invisible wall. Now, as you'll see me do here, there are several ways that you can do this, but I like to take this route where I jump up onto one of these statues and then jump over the invisible wall on the statue in the back. You have to be really up on the top. You will get a turnback barrier, but then once you're behind this invisible wall, you're pretty safe. Do note again, you can get teleported in between the boss damage phases, but it's actually fairly easy to jump back behind the invisible wall even after a damage phase. You just have to be quick about it. Hunters, I do not believe will be able to do this, though I have seen a hunter do it on occasion, but it's not easy. You have to be good at jumping. I would actually suggest maybe if you're on a hunter, you can actually take a route right in front of the invisible wall versus jumping on the towers that are in the middle of the room like you saw me do. This is great for just keeping your one teammate alive, and I think is a viable strategy for the GM difficulty, as you can also do a trick where if your teammates die, or if you have one teammate die in the middle of the room, their orb will actually draw all the aggro from all the ads, including the boss, and you can actually just take pot shots at the boss without actually having them move or drawing the aggro yourself. So it's just a strategy to know if you're trying to complete this as a solo player, or if you're trying to get this done at the GM difficulty, or if you're a solo player trying to get this done at the GM difficulty, in which case you are an absolute beast, and as always, I tip my hat off to you. Another glitch that I do want to talk about, which I have discussed on previous videos, is the revive glitch. This is great if you run into trouble and you're running low on revives, or if you're running low on time. There's a way that you can actually get free revives simply by dropping out of the game and then reloading into the game. Now, what the game thinks has happened is that you were disconnected, so it will not count against your revives, and sort of a way of just cheating the system and getting a free revive if you find yourself in that desperate situation. I actually thought that this glitch had been patched, but apparently it hasn't, and I talked about it in my last GM video, and I heard a ton of comments saying, I've done this all the time, or it worked, and I've continued to use it, and even people who said that they used it last week for the GM. So if you do run out of revives, or if you're running really low on revives, this is a way you can just get an extra revive. Simply just drop out of the game, close the game. So if you're on Xbox or on PlayStation, you would close the game from your desktop or from your HUD, and then reload into the game. And if you're on PC, it would be a similar process of just making sure that you quit out of the game completely and then reload back in. But you have to do it from the HUD. As far as strategies for this room, if you're doing it just straight up, Well of Radiance is going to come in really handy. Make sure that you don't stop moving. The totems from the boss are going to be the big thing that you're going to want to make sure that you take out as quickly as possible, as they will slow you up so much, and, well, it just prevents the boss from taking any damage. And there are a lot of totems. So make sure that priority is always on the totems when they pop up, or at least have one member of your fire team always focusing on them. and you could actually have the other two focus on the boss if you're doing this in a group. If you're as a solo player, this is going to also be one of the things you're going to need to focus on if you're trying to get this done. If you're behind the invisible wall, it seems as though the totems don't actually pop out quite as much, so that might be an added bonus to that strategy. But in any case, if you can get all of these things working in synergy, you should be able to get through this particular strike with ease. And best of luck to you, as always. Hopefully you can get yourself a loaded question this week. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I said before. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. If you've watched till this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag Birthplace of the Vial, or a hashtag Season of the Wish, or a hashtag Lightfall, or a hashtag what's the next major expansion that we have coming up. I'll let you know. That's a question posed to you, so it's not too easy for you. You can leave that in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And once more, and as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck farming, and of course, we will see you next time. Little